Hello, YouTube. Welcome to my channel, Marriage, Politics, and Sports. Today we'll be talking about paternity fraud. This is my episode 4, and I'm combining it with my Let the Women Tell It series because I'm not going to go into it. I'm going to let a woman tell you what she thinks about paternity fraud and why men should be very cautious. And before I put her on, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell and be sure to stay tuned for further content and a couple of announcements on every Wednesday at 6 o'clock. I do a sports show. You're welcome to chime in on that, whether you want to participate. Just be prepared to cam up or at least have a legitimate avatar, uh, and we can chop up sports, football, basketball, what have you. All right. So without further ado, we're going to talk paternity fraud, and we're going to let the woman tell it. Stay tuned.
This one is for the fellas, and hear me well. Fellas, if you get a woman pregnant and she has that baby, do not sign that birth certificate, okay? Do not sign the birth certificate. I don't care if she's your wife, your fiance, your girlfriend. I don't care what she is. I don't care how sweet and how much in love you are with her. Do not sign that birth certificate, okay? Don't set yourself up like that. Do not sign a birth certificate until DNA can prove that that's your child. It's some nasty, sneaky, deceitful ass women out here in this world, okay? Don't you do that. Don't do it. So I knew this guy. He married this woman. For a couple years, they were married. They had a baby. It was a little boy. This is the dad's first child. He named him after him. He was a junior. Some time go by, the little boy's features start coming out. Looks nothing like the dad. And that's okay. Sometimes genetics are funny. Think nothing of it. But he doesn't look like the mother either, mind you. So whatever. But then the dad's family, sisters, are telling him, hey, this little boy is not my nephew. He doesn't look anything like us, kind of like harshly. This is not our blood. He doesn't look like us. You should get a DNA test. He takes their advice, goes get a DNA test. The DNA results read that he is not the father. So, yeah, his wife cheated on him with another man, got pregnant from him, lied to him, and said he was the father. He was not the father. So, for 8 years, he's been taking care of this little boy, thinking that this little boy was his. Built this relationship, this bond with this little boy for 8 years. Imagine the hurt, right? And to make matters worse, the state now tells you that you have to pay child support for 18 years. Well, 10 years. Why? Even though the DNA says that I am not the father, he has to pay child support because he signed the birth certificate. Yeah, that's how they do it. So you have to pay child support for this child even though he's not yours because you signed the birth certificate. And if you don't pay, we're gonna take your license. You can go to jail, even prison, if you don't pay. How's that? Again, fellas, be careful and don't sign that birth certificate. Don't do it. And there was this other guy. He had a wife. The relationship was rocky, so they went on a little break. They were separated for some time. During this time, the wife went on and got a boyfriend, right? Had 2 kids with the boyfriend. And because they were still legally married, he now has to pay child support for this man's kids, both of them. So he's paying child support for his child that he has with her, and the other two that she had with her boyfriend. Yep, the state is making him pay for all three of those kids because they were legally married. So if you're legally married to a woman, whatever kids she have while you guys are married, technically are your responsibility, guys. How awesome. Oh God, I'm so glad I'm not a man. If I was a man, I would never, ever, ever fucking get married knowing that information. How cruel is that? And for the women that are doing this shit, making men pay for children that are not theirs, There's a special place in hell for you, young lady.
Let me stop it right there. Listen, you can go on this lady's page and listen to the rest, and she's got some other videos. Her name is Quinda88. I'm gonna put her this and the rest of it in the description box, and you can listen to the full thing. It's a couple more minutes, but you get the point. So a lot of women are even coming to grips with the fact that their sisters, the sisterhood, is defrauding men on a regular basis when it comes to children. The dual mating strategy, just straight out lies, and the presumption of paternity in almost every state. That, yeah, she's right. If you're married, the presumption of paternity, no matter what, is on you. Now, in New Jersey, gives you the opportunity to get a DNA test, and if the kid's not yours, then you're alleviated from having to pay child support. But men have to be on their square because a lot of men are in love and enamored and all that horse shit, and they're getting burned. So anyway, listen to the women tell it. It's a big thing, and hopefully, men over the course of a few years will start getting laws changed. Of course, the feminists and the women are not going to want those laws to change, but hey, we got to keep fighting for something. Well, our pain over and out. Marriage, politics, and sports.